Don't mention it. Let's go! Hey, what kind of railroad talk is that? Let's go. Do you know what you're supposed to say? Good.
What's the need of saying board if there ain't nobody boarding?
Well, at least then you can wave your lantern.
Wave your lantern. You satisfied?
Don't ever let that dog carry my lodge bulletin up here again.
What's the matter, Uncle Joe?
How do I know when they're holding the annual picnic? Look, punched the date out with his teeth.
I'm sorry.
Forget about that. We've got a real problem. Homer Bedlow is coming.
Oh, not again.
He's even got the nerve to ask for our best room over the veranda. If you ask me, I think he'd be more at home under a rock.
Now, you've got something there, Kate. But would it be fair to the other worms?
What do you suppose he's up to, Mom?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You call this research? There's nothing here that I can use. Now, please try to understand my position, Miss Hornsby. For 4 years, I've been trying to get rid of the cannonball. For 4 years, I've been spending my vacations out there trying to derail that eyesore. And for 4 years, I've been coming back worn out, nerves frazzled, and still that ridiculous wood-burning monstrosity continues merrily on its way. Toot! Toot! Toot!
Mr. Bedlow, so why do you keep fighting the cannonball?
Why? Why did Columbus sail the ocean blue? Why did Sir Hillary climb the Matterhorn? I'll tell you why. Because it's fair.
Kate!
Uncle Joe, what is it?
I don't know. I took my blue serge suit out of the cedar chest. I put her on. The next thing I knew, I couldn't straighten up. Something must have hit me.
Well, those mothballs are mighty overpowering.
This is serious, Kate. Somebody better go fetch Doc Stewart.
Betty Jo, go flag down the cannonball.
Hi. Hello, Dr. Craig.
Hello. Dr. Stewart couldn't come. He has sciatica.
Oh, how wonderful. Not too bad.
Kate, if old Doc Stewart couldn't come, why didn't you get old Doc Sutherland?
Doc Sutherland is a dentist.
Then why didn't you get old Doc Nesbitt?
Because he passed away 6 years ago.
Excuses.
Why don't you just let me examine you?
Because what I got's old aches and old pains and calls for an old doctor. When I get one of them newfangled modern diseases, then I'll call on you. We don't even know anything about his prices. Old Doc Stewart lets me play cribbage, double or nothing for my bill. Already into him 2 throat swabs and an eye chart test.
Don't worry about the bill. I'm just substituting for Dr. Stewart. Now, if you'll take off your coat.
I can't, Doc. The pain's got me doubled up and I just can't do her. What can you learn poking around? Look down my throat like a doctor does.
Think I've diagnosed the trouble.
Doc, what are you going to do?
This'll just take a second. There. Now straighten up.
Hey,
What was it, Doctor?
His vest was buttoned to his pants.
Let me pour you a second cup of coffee, Doctor.
Thanks. Mr. Carson, I'm sorry if I embarrassed you. Believe me, it won't happen again. As a matter of fact, it can't. I'm leaving the valley.
You're leaving? Mom, that's terrible. Gee, why?
Simple economics. Just isn't enough business in the office for me and Doc Stewart.
maybe we could do something. Start an epidemic or something. I was just trying to help out.
That's the emergency whistle.
Boy, you're getting good at coming in late.
Boys, trouble on the track?
Big emergency. Fred Ziffel's pig Arnold has the sniffles.
Oh, my God. Fred must be beside himself.
Doc, better get aboard. He needs you pretty bad.
What? This Fred Ziffel, he expects me to doctor a pig?
Oh, I think he trusts you. You know, coming from Fred, it's quite a compliment when he allows you to treat Arnold.
Sorry, but I happen to be a people doctor, not an animal doctor.
Well, Doc, this may sound odd to you, but Fred kind of considers Arnold one of the family.
Doc, if you're set on treating humans, you could look in on Fred's wife while you're there. Yeah, she's been sick of bed for a couple of weeks.
Really? What happened?
Caught cold lying in the draft of the pigsty.
His wife?
No, Arnold.
I suppose a patient is a patient.
Petticoat Junction will return after these messages. And now, back to Petticoat Junction.
Mom, I was just thinking, isn't it horrible? What? About Tom? Oh, I mean Dr. Craig. What about him? That he's leaving the valley. Isn't it about the most tragic thing that's ever happened?
Well, I wouldn't exactly rate it with the locust plague or the flood of '54, but yeah, it's too bad, I guess.
Just think, I mean, how many really eligible bachelors are there in the valley?
Why do you think you cared, as long as Steve Elliott was one of them?
Well, it never hurts to have a spare.
Hi.
Well, how'd it go?
Well, I must have done all right. I got prompt pay.
Is that what Fred gave you for curing his pig?
Yep. And this cucumber for curing his wife.
Well, it appears he was mighty grateful.
Oh, and while I was there, I got another patient.
Oh?
A fellow named Crawford. He saw the train had stopped and came over to investigate. He said he was sorry that he hadn't been able to get in.
Really?
No, he owes me a dozen eggs. 11 if he pays his bill by the first.
Well, then you'll be staying here at least that long.
No, not like...
Wait a minute. Why not? Why not stay on permanently?
What do you mean? How?
Well, Fred Dipple, Henry Crawford. Well, there must be lots of people in the valley who can't get to town for doctoring because they don't have time. But if the doctor went to them...
I get it. We make house calls from the Cannonball.
Oh, Mom, you're terrific.
You mean to tell me you've got no idea when the Cannonball's going to get here?
Oh, I got an idea.
When?
He'll probably come today. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't pound the counter like that. Have to break up the cookies in the cookie jar. Well, that's all right. It's just that I'd have to sell them for seconds.
What do you mean the Cannonball probably come here today? Doesn't it come every day?
Well, not lately. Not since Doc Craig's been doctoring people along the right-of-way.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, naturally, he has to work from the train. He can wait until he swabs a throat or delivers a calf.
What sort of a railroad is this anyway?
Well, you ought to know. Your company owns it. But if you're really interested, I think it's a standard gauge with a 4/6 full-type wood-burning locomotive and a combination coach.
That's not what I mean. Hey, I like a bargain as well as the next fella.
The offer don't apply to you.
But when you tell me that my train doesn't keep any sort of schedule, it... Wait a minute.
That might be the break I'm looking for.
Hello. Operator? This is Homer Bedlow, the Vice President of the CNFW Railroad. I want to put through a collect call to my home office. Mm-hmm. Area code's 320 and the number's 555-3270. Dead. What? Yes, I'm phoning from Drucker's store. What? Oh, all right. Sarah says to say hello and save her 6 ears of delicious corn.
She's got it.
Got it. Huh? Yeah, well, what about my call now? Hello, Mr. Armstrong, this is Homer Bedlow. Now, will you please pay strict attention? Yes, I want you to look up the franchise on the Cannonball, paying particular attention to the regulation governing schedule maintenance. Have you got that? Yes, all right, I'll wait. Operator, I'm in the middle of a telephone conversation. Well, I know I'm just waiting, but... Oh, all right. Here, she wants to talk to you.
Hi, Sarah. Oh, fine. Want to increase your order, huh? Well, that's what we're here for. Let's have it. Yeah? Uh-huh. Hold just a second, Sarah. This is getting kind of long. Bedlow, take this down, will you? Tomatoes, lettuce, green peas. Yeah, we got a can of peas. Well, we got both sides of the big ones and the little ones. We also have the itty-bitty ones. They're put out by the Jolly Green Dwarf. Sarah, now, Sarah, don't get carried away. It's just a little joke. Sarah, tell her a joke, and the first thing you know, she starts laughing and rocking and pulling out all the plugs in her switchboard. What's that, Sarah? Oh, yeah, just a second. Your party's back on the line.
Hello? Hello, Miss Ormsby, yes. Sarah, stop laughing. Sarah, will you please stop? No, Miss Ormsby, I'm not phoning from a cocktail lounge. That's these ridiculous characters around here.
Watch it. Sarah can unplug you like that.
All right, Miss Ormsby, let me have the report. Yes. Oh. At least once every 24 hours, huh? I thought it was something like that. Well, thank you, Miss Ormsby. Thank you very, very much. Jolly Green Dwarf. Well, that's good. That's very nearly funny. Here comes the good old cannonball. By the by, Mr. Rucker, I'd like to have your signature on a little statement.
What sort of a statement?
Oh, just the simple facts you told me about the erratic schedule of the cannonball.
Well, what a fella says talking and what he says writing is two different things.
Can you refuse?
I do.
Very well, then I shall have to ferret out my own evidence.
Hi, Sam. Got a long list for you today.
Hey, Bedloe's here.
Uh-oh, I'd forgotten all about him.
He made a phone call to his home office about the cannonball, and he hung up happy as all get out. He's up to something.
Oh, a very good day to you, Mrs. Bradley, and to you too, sir.
Did you ever see anything so sickening?
Never. See you, Sam.
Okay, what about your list?
That can wait. I'm going to get back on the cannonball with Homer Bedloe.
Bedloe. Flag's up for Doc to make a house call at the Miller place.
Well, that's perfectly all right, my good man. Take all the time you need.
Petticoat Junction will return after these messages.
Flag's up at the Skinner place. Wouldn't be surprised if Martha's about to have that young'un.
Uh-oh. Say, maybe you better...
We're way ahead of you, Doc. We already got water boiling in the...
Take all the time you need. Tell her to have twins. Well, I think I'll just step out and stretch my legs for a bit. Huh?
Isn't that Mr. Bedloe's little black book?
Yep.
Well, are you going to look through his personal belongings?
Yep.
Good thinking. What does it say?
Departed Hooterville 2 p.m. Stopped at farm to pick up doctor 2:45 p.m. Left farm 3:15 p.m. Arrived Shady Rest 5 p.m. Train stayed over at Shady Rest. Train departed Shady Rest 8 a.m. Train stopped Skinner's Farm 9:30 a.m. What do you make of this, Floyd?
Well, for a diary, it ain't too racy, especially for a city fella.
It isn't exactly a diary. For some reason, he's keeping track of when the cannonball starts and how far it goes. I wonder why... Floyd, has there been any talk at all about putting the cannonball on a strict schedule?
Sure.
There has?
Yeah, me and Charlie, we gab about it all the time. Charlie says, you know something? We got to keep our own schedule. And I say, yeah.
I mean, any talk from the head office?
No, they don't talk to us. And it hurts, too. I mean, 20 years without a memo, you get the feeling they don't care.
Then there are no regulations.
Oh, now. We've got regulations, yes, sir. They're right in the book.
You've got a book of regulations? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it comes in mighty handy, too. We couldn't make the run without it.
Oh?
We use it to prop up that leg on seat 4. See, without the book, she tilts.
First 15 pages are missing.
Well, yeah, you see, the book was a little too thick for the seat.
Come on, I think this is what we're looking for. If at any time full round trip is not made in 24-hour period, franchise automatically revoked. Floyd!
What?
That's what he's up to. That's why he's been so nice. Take all the time you want. Have twins. He's doing all that so the Cannonball will lose its franchise.
You mean if Martha has twins, we lose the franchise? Where does that say that?
No. In the regulation book. You see, if we don't make a full round trip in 24 hours, he can invoke this. Regulation 26A. In other words, look, if we don't get to Pixley and back to Hooterville by 2 o'clock, Homer Bedloe is going to have all the ammunition he needs to shoot down the Cannonball.
Precisely, my dear lady. I see you've discovered my little plan, but no matter. We'll never make it now.
Don't be too sure. The Cannonball's got more speed in her than you think. If she wants to, she can hit 20 per.
Oh, we're in luck. Here come Billy Joe and the doc.
Oh, I better get up forward and tell Charlie.
Hop to it, Floyd. Put the steam to her.
Don't you worry. We may not even slow down for Dead Man's Curve.
I think we're going to make it.
You're not playing fair. We only stopped 2 minutes in Pixley to turn around, and that's an important terminal.
It's also important to keep the Cannonball in operation. We're going to beat you, Homer Bedloe.
Yes, but by what means? Whatever happened to it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game.
The flag's up at the Andersons, and we're not stopping. If we do, we'll never make it. They have all those children. Sorry to inconvenience you folks, but the doc's going to have to do his doctoring en route to Hooterville. So find seats for yourselves. Come on, sit down. Oh, yes, I forgot about him.
Wait a minute. Why are all these kids on my side? I could get what they've got.
Right. Kids, come on over on this side. We'll put the goat beside Mr. Bedloe.
Everything all right?
Oh, fine. Now, look, if there's another flag up, we'll slow down, pick him up, and treat him on the train.
Right.
Wait, all these people, I could catch something from them.
They're taking as big a chance as you are. And right on time, too. Care to make a note of that?
Next up here in TV Land, your chance to catch up on the happenings around Hill Street Station. It's 5 straight episodes of Hill Street Blues ahead. And as always, shown in their original broadcast order. Stay tuned.
Petticoat Junction.